Hello everybody, this is my induction evening that I would normally do in school and to our new parents in September for September. First of all, obviously with circumstances as they currently are, it's very strange having to do this on video, and I would normally be very excited about meeting you all this week to introduce school to you and give you all the information that you need to prepare your children for September and prepare parents for September. So it's a little bit unusual having to do it by video, but anyway, I'll do my very best and hopefully give you all the information that you need, and we're going to be having some time for questions at some point in the future if anybody's anxious or worried about anything. I want to first of all thank you all for choosing St Lawrence's Primary School for your children in September, and this is a really exciting time of year for us when we look forward to welcoming our new children into school and our parents, and trying to get you ready for the journey that lies ahead. We have a very long relationship ahead of us, which starts in September, fingers crossed, and it's a really important relationship because your children are going to be here with us for many years to come, and during that period of time our aim is to build our relationships with not only the children but with you, so that you really feel part of our school community. All your children will be in very different circumstances at the moment, and that's unusual as well because although some of them may have been in nursery normally, they might be at home at the moment, and that in itself will be challenging, I know, from parents working from home, and obviously with very young children trying to keep them entertained 24/7. During the lockdown period of time. Some of your children may be back at nursery at the moment, but again that will be different due to social distancing, so it's going to be a very different start to this school year. However, we will aim to ensure that when the children do start school, that's as normal as possible and as wonderful and exciting as we usually strive for it to be for all of our children who come here. As parents, you may be more anxious at this point in time due to the current circumstances, and that's totally understandable. And what we're aiming to do is contact you as much as possible, so that relationship really starts to build from this point moving forward, and to ease any of those anxieties that you may have. We will be in touch with you on a regular basis, and we hope that you will engage in the contact that we're going to be putting out to you, so that you're feeling as comfortable as possible. So Miss Harrison has introduced herself already on the video, and Mrs Hornbuckle, who are obviously going to be the key people in your child's life when they start school, but you will also have had introductions from the other staff as well. We usually do have an induction period of time where the children visit for 3 visits over this term before they start in September, and although the children can't visit school, we're going to try and make sure that is building relationships as much as possible if you will help us with that. So we'll be asking you to do things like sending pictures or small film clips of the children so they can get to see each other and get to see who their classmates are as time progresses over the next few weeks. And that's really important for us, that we get to see the children doing the things they enjoy, and the children get to see each other. And if they know each other, any of them at the moment, wonderful, but I'm sure that children will very quickly form those bonds and those relationships when they enter school, when that time comes. We are a really committed staff here at St Lawrence's, and you'll have seen the film of the staff. We're a fantastic team, not only the teaching staff, the teaching assistants, welfare assistants, the cook, everybody, and we have a really supportive governing body. We are blessed that our governing body are there for us every step of the way in school life. And they will equally be welcoming you to school when the opportunity arises. We want to get to know your child as much as possible and care for your child as an individual. And really, I am proud that here at St Lawrence's, every single child is individual. We get to know them for their smiles, their worries, their shyness, their boastfulness, their confidence, their fun, and we will get to know everything about them, and we build on those qualities and encourage them in many other areas as much as possible. We are very proud of the pastoral care that we give to our children, the academic care that we give to our children to push them to be the very, very best that we can be. But above all, it's an enormous responsibility that you have given us to trust us with your children, and we take that responsibility very, very seriously. And I am very proud to be head teacher here, not only because of the school that you may see on the website or when you visited, but we are really a warm and happy, caring Christian school. And when I first came to this school on my first visit, that's what I felt. And we just build on that from day to day. And we teach our children to care for each other in a warm Christian environment. And we use our Christian values on a daily basis to teach our children and show them and each other how we should treat each other as Christians, to help each other, care for each other, respect each other, but most of all to love each other. And that happens within our school community here, within the building. It happens beyond, through our church and our links we have with our church, our links we have with all of our families, and into the wider community as well. And that makes me very, very proud. And I'm sure that when your children start, that you will see that our Christian values shine through to make the children the best that they can be. However, it's a very exciting time, and we all want to work in partnership with you for the very, very best of your children. And probably want to know what you can expect from us. Well, as I've said, our Christian values underpin everything that takes place at school. Our values of love, justice, respect, forgiveness, hope and excellence. And the children really strive to be all of those things towards each other. And we have very high expectations of our children, and through our values we encourage them and support them in overcoming any difficulties that they may have. We set high expectations for them and for their achievement, but also for their behaviour. But ultimately, the most important thing for us is that our children are happy in school, that they come into school and they are happy to be here, happy to be learning, happy to be with their friends, happy with the relationships that they are making, and that they feel safe and that they feel secure, and that this place is the best place that they can be when they're away from home, learning lifelong skills. So these skills, these values that go hand in hand with us when we're working together with you as parents, and we want to involve you in all the things that we do in school life as much as possible. It's important to us that you feel that you can step over the threshold of the school door at any time, whether that is to talk to us about your child's needs, whether that is to engage in our celebration worships, which we hold every Friday morning. And it's really pleasing that we have 30, 40, sometimes 50 parents here on Friday mornings celebrating children's achievements with us. We have PTFA events, and we are always looking for volunteers to help us with PTFA, but not only that you enjoy the PTFA events that we hold in school and feel part of that and welcome to that. And we have parents' evenings and church special days, links that we have with church, that we might hold events here in school and special times of worship in school or in church, and that you really feel that you can be involved in all those areas of school life. What we ask from you is that you support us with your children and your child as much as possible in attending school, making sure that they are here as much as possible so they can get the very, very best from their education while they are in school. But also we know that children thrive off the relationships that they have in school with staff and with their peers, the other children that they're friends with, and other children around school as well. And I am pleased and proud of how our younger children and our older children interact with each other and really, really care for each other. It's a really special thing here at St Lawrence's. But ultimately that you know that our door is always open right from this point forward, and we have some parents who will contact us very easily and other parents who might feel apprehensive about that, but I would want to reassure all of you that I'm available on email at any time for any worries that anybody may have. Our staff, we have great communication systems with an app we use called Seesaw, so parents can contact regularly on that, and staff have emails as well. And we have our newsletter, so I would suggest that you look on our website and start reading our newsletter now, because that will give you a feel for school life and information. And also we have our Twitter feed on our website, so you can see the wonderful things that we have going on here, and it keeps you in touch with school and hopefully will help you feel part of school life very, very early on. And if all else fails, you can always pick up the telephone and call us. But don't ever feel that a worry is too big or too small for us to deal with. We're here to answer your questions, and we want your child's transition into school at what is a challenging time for many to be as smooth as possible, so that your children are starting school as happy as possible and as confidently as possible, and that you are as well. So I'm going to end my spiel here that I usually say on the evening, and I'm sorry that I can't meet you in person, and I look forward to doing that in the future. And Miss Harrison is going to give you lots of information about Early Years Foundation and what that will look like when your child starts school. But I just want you to know sincerely that our relationship moving forward is of the utmost importance, and your child's happiness and them being the best they can be is the most important thing to all of us, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye bye.
Hello, my name is Miss Harrison and I'm the reception teacher at St Lawrence's. I graduated from the University of Cumbria and I've since returned to do a postgraduate in Special Educational Needs Coordination. I have worked at St Lawrence's now for 2 years and it's a lovely school, and before then I worked at a school in Bolton. I did 2 years teaching in nursery and 5 years working in a reception class, so I'm specialised in all things early years. I'm really looking forward to meeting you and all your families and starting to work with the children too. And the purpose of this following presentation is to give you information about everything to do with reception class and starting school in September. I hope you find it useful, and we will be scheduling a Zoom virtual meeting for any questions that you may have following the meeting. Thank you for listening and see you soon.
Hello everyone, my name's Mrs Hornbuckle. I'm the reception class teaching assistant working alongside Miss Harrison. We're really looking forward to meeting you and your children in September. We have so much fun in reception, lots of wonderful learning and loads of super activities, and I know your children are going to have a fabulous time. Have a lovely summer and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
In reception class, we follow the Early Years Foundation Stage curriculum, which is called Development Matters. This is a curriculum that's based on the recognition that children learn best through play and active learning. In order to deliver this curriculum, the children will experience active and playful learning that is both adult-led and child-initiated. The curriculum is made up of 3 prime areas, which are personal, social and emotional development, communication and language, and physical development. And there are 4 specific areas, which are literacy, maths, understanding of the world, and expressive arts and design. The prime areas are vital to ensuring learning across the curriculum. So, for example, we cannot expect children to make progress in writing if they have poor communication or if they have poor physical development and are unable to hold a pencil. Similarly, we cannot expect children to make progress in understanding of the world if they cannot listen or understand or ask questions of their own. The areas of learning are divided down further. So personal, social and emotional development is made up of making relationships, self-confidence and self-awareness, and managing feelings and behaviour. Here are some pictures of children developing in these areas. Physical development is divided into 2 areas. The first is moving and handling. This is all about children's fundamental movement skills such as walking, hopping, skipping, jumping and climbing. Also, this involves children's fine motor skills and their ability to cut, thread and hold a pencil. And the second area is health and self-care. This is children's ability to use the bathroom themselves, wash their hands, dress and undress, and know about a healthy lifestyle. Communication and language is divided into 3 areas: listening and attention, understanding and speaking. Literacy is divided into reading and writing. Maths into number and shape, space and measure. Understanding the world is divided into 3 categories. The first is people and communities. That's the ability for children to enjoy joining in with family customs, for them to realise the similarities and differences between themselves and others, and also to begin to recognise differences between families, cultures and traditions. The second area is the world, and that's where children begin to talk about and ask questions about the world around them, and that could include similarities, differences, patterns and changes they notice between animals, plants and mini-beasts. And the last area is technology, and this area is all about children's ability to select different technology for a purpose. And finally, expressive arts and design is separated into 2 areas. The first is exploring and using media and materials. That's about arts and crafts. And the second is being imaginative. So I thought it would be a really useful opportunity to take you through a day in the life of reception. So school starts for reception children at 8:45, where we welcome you into the classroom with your child. Here we ask you to encourage them to take out their reading book and place it in the box, put their snack, water bottle and toast money on the snack table, and to hang up their own coat and bag. The cloakroom is quite small, so we ask you to encourage your child to do as much as they can independently. Once they have done this, they will select their own school dinner on the self-registration board. Then, we invite you to come in and complete a short learning task with your child that would take around 5 minutes. This could be writing their name, learning tricky words, writing tricky words, or practicing letter formation. Don't worry if you have an older sibling that comes to school at the same time, they can come in too. And if there's days that you are in a rush or you can't make it, don't worry, we'll be around to support your child. So, at 9 o'clock, the children will learn phonics. We follow the letters and sounds programme. Phonics will begin with games based on early listening skills to begin with, and then the children will begin to learn how to orally blend and segment. Blending is putting the letters together to make a word, so at, sat. And segmenting is knowing that the word mat is made up of at. And then finally the children will learn how to link the letters to the sounds and begin to read and write. After phonics, the children will choose their own learning in continuous provision. This is when they can choose whatever they want to play with. The classroom environment and activities are changed weekly, sometimes daily, to ensure a good variety of learning. Later, they will have a topic input, and in reception we do have loose topics, but we do personalised learning to children that year based on their interests. At 10:30 we join the whole school or key stage worship, although we don't join until children have settled well and can sit through the full length of the worship. At 10:45 it is playtime with the Year 1 and Year 2 class. Children can bring in a healthy snack or 20 pence to buy a slice of toast. We have a child with a severe nut allergy, so we ask that you ensure that all food coming into school does not contain nuts. After playtime, we have whole class literacy input, where we hear stories, role play characters, and explore new vocabulary. During this session, children are taken out into groups for guided reading with either myself or Mrs. Hornbuckle. Sessions focus on book handling skills initially, such as turning pages and learning how to follow text with your finger as it's being read, and then it goes on to blending and the children actually reading themselves. We have a phonics stay and play session planned, but we will give you more information about that when we can book it in officially. At 12 o'clock, it's lunchtime and the children quickly familiarise themselves with the cook and the welfare assistants. All children are entitled to a school dinner up until Year 2 anyway, but if you are in receipt of any other benefits, please inform the office as we can claim additional funding. Children are able to bring in packed lunches if they wish. The only thing that we ask with that is that children don't bring fizzy drinks or glass bottles. Also, after dinner, the children have access to the playground where they can get involved with the Key Stage 2 children who are PALS trained. They play games with them, they keep them active and having fun, and also the children have access to the outdoor play area too. After lunch we have a maths carpet session, and then the children choose their learning again, and then we come together at the end of the day to share a story or practice some quick maths. Home time is at 3:10 p.m, and we ask that you pick your child up from the reception gate, which is located on the infant playground. If a new person is collecting your child and we have never seen them before, then we operate a password system. Firstly, could you let us know which person will be collecting your child when you drop them off in the morning, or by contacting the school office? Then you will share a significant password with us and your family member, and they will use this when collecting your child. If you do need to speak to me at the end of the day, I ask that you wait until all children have gone home first so that I can give my full attention to you. Here is a guide timetable as to what our day looks like, and we will let you know what day PE will be on for your child in September. So throughout the day, children have lots of opportunity to choose their own learning. This is when we encourage children to engage in play-based learning. Once children have developed a skill or concept through learning on the carpet with myself or Mrs. Hornbuckle, they then have the opportunity to master and consolidate these skills independently through exploring the various areas within the classroom. Here is a list of some of the areas that we provide. Children always have access to outdoor learning too. Please can you provide a waterproof coat and a pair of named wellies that can be kept in school at all times. You may even want to provide waterproof suits, but we do have a group set in school already. And please remember to send in sun hats in summer and sun cream for the children to apply themselves. We aim to bring learning to life as much as possible. We go on multiple school trips and we welcome a variety of visitors such as police, firefighters and doctors throughout the year. In your induction pack there is a chat wheel with a section on special interests. If you have an interesting job, hobby or talent that you would like to share with us in reception class, that would be great. Finally, later in the year we have superhero challenge books. Children are given challenges that they must complete in the classroom independently. Once all the challenges are complete, they then put themselves on the challenge board and they are awarded with a special Mission Complete certificate on a Friday. Please sign up to the fruit scheme, which entitles your child to a fresh piece of fruit daily free of charge. Also, at age 4, children are eligible for a carton of milk daily, but once they turn 5, they can pay for the milk if they wish at 22p per day. In addition, the children can buy toast at break time for 20p per slice. It is easier if they have a 20p coin to start with at the beginning of the year. On special events, we sometimes have an exciting snack such as pancakes on Pancake Day, so please make us aware of any allergies your child has through the form in the induction pack. When it is your child's birthday, you are welcome to bring in cake for us to sing to your child and share with their friends. You may want to provide chocolate or sweets for them to take home, but please no lollipops. In reception class, we have a Sunshine Reward system. We also have Superstar of the Week and Writer of the Week certificates that are given out by Mrs Marquis in Friday's Celebration Assembly. Celebration Assembly is open to all family members and friends and starts at 9:05am. We want you to get involved in supporting your child's learning as much as possible, and this is how we will communicate with you. Firstly, when you are welcomed into the class for morning activity each day, there is an opportunity for you to pass on any relevant messages you may have. We also use a Seesaw app where we will send you reminders, photographs of your child learning and ideas for learning at home. We also use a Too Simple Learning Journey app which captures the progress your child makes in reception. We will email you a copy of their learning journey throughout the year, and we will also show you how you can contribute to it at home with photographs and videos of things that they do with you. We will hold stay and play sessions to show you how they learn, and we will also post exciting learning in our school on Twitter, which can be accessed through our school website. Finally, you will receive a weekly school newsletter on a Friday via your email. Here are some details about the uniform at St Lawrence's. It's also available in the reception induction booklet. We ask that in reception children do not wear school shoes that have laces. Velcro is the best option. As you can imagine, tying 30 laces after PE is quite difficult and does take away from PE lessons. Also, once you are aware of the day in which PE falls, you may be able to select an easier option in terms of uniform. For example, putting your child in a polo t-shirt rather than a shirt, or for the girls, putting them in high knee socks instead of tights. As a result of the closure of school due to COVID-19, our induction will look a little bit different to normal. We usually offer home visits and nursery visits, visits to school with the teddy bears picnic, opportunities for children to have lunch and stay and play at school, and then a phased start to school in September. We will let you know our plans for induction as soon as we can. I hope I have covered all your questions here. In the meantime, if you can fill in the forms in the induction pack and get them back to school as soon as possible, that would be great. If you do have any further questions about school life or starting in reception class, please feel free to contact the school office and ask for Mrs Marquis or myself, and we would be more than happy to help.